Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So in this video I'm going to tell you one sign that shows you will go to Jannah. So the ummas of previous prophets used to say that only they will go to Jannah. They have the right to go to Jannah and Jannah is made for them. They used to fight with each other and reject the other ummah. Allah rejects their claim and He answered in Surah Baqarah verse number 111. That is merely their wishful thinking. Bring the proof if you are truthful. So Allah says, this is just your vain desire. If you think that only you will go to Jannah, then produce your proof. Bring the proof. When did I say in your book that only you will go to Jannah? So this is not just about them. Allah wants to give a message to the Muslim community also. That if your sects fight with each other, that only they will go to Jannah, then bring out the proof. Where I say in the Quran that only your sect will go to Jannah. Then Allah tells in the next verse that actually who will go to Jannah? Allah says, yes, on the contrary, whoever submits his faith in Islam to Allah, that is, who submit his whole self to Allah, while being a doer of good, will have his reward with his Lord, and no fear will there be concerning them, nor will they grieve. So here Allah says whoever, whether you are born as a Muslim or not, whether you are born in that specific sect or not, Allah says if you don't submit yourself to Allah, then you are not going to Jannah. And on the contrary, if you submit your whole self to Allah, you obey Allah and you do good, then you will have a great reward. So the only way is to obey Allah, to submit yourself to your religion and do good. Do good doesn't mean which you think is good for you. Do good means what Allah says is good for you. For example, you pray daily and don't do hijab. You think that praying is good for you and doing hijab is not necessary. This is not called doer of good. Then you are not a doer of good. If you don't follow each and every command, then you are not a doer of good. And if you do good and don't stay away from the things that are bad for you, which is haram in the Quran, then you are also not a doer of good. You cannot just do specific things and neglect other things. You have to do good and simultaneously you have to stay away from the bad things. The things which Allah says is forbidden for you. And Allah says when you submit yourself to Allah, then you will never fear and you will not grieve on the things which you lost in this dunya. Then this will become your sign that you are a person of Jannah. It means you have submitted your whole self to Allah. And what will be the reward? Allah says, Jannah will be yours.